And we're live. And hey guys, Dirt here. And it is new comic book day for me, being on Tuesday, day before comics actually hit the stands. And I will be getting to some of those in a little bit. But I want to do something different here. I got something in the mail, and I want to do this little video to talk about it a little bit. And that is the Comic Book of the Month Club. Now, all I've done is I've cut it open here so I can pull the stuff out, but it's still sealed in there. I haven't actually taken anything out, but I wanted to take a look at this because we have taken a look at some of those subscription-based services in the past. You know, everybody knows Loot Crate and Geek Box and, you know, whatever. And I've never been a big fan of those because it seems like they always come with pops and bobbleheads and stuff like that I don't care about. So I usually don't bother with those, but I tried some comic book services because of course I love comics, and I've been a little disappointed with them in the past. So today we have this, which Comic Book of the Month Club is a little different. One thing that they do is that they have on their service, when you sign up for it, is a list of different characters, different groups, and you can choose and say, I like Superman, I like Batman, I like Captain America. You don't choose the characters you don't want. So, like, for instance, I don't want X-Men. I don't want Wildcats. I don't want Youngblood. So I wouldn't check any of those. They also have started a new version of the service where you can order older vintage comics. You can say that you want, you know, older ones as opposed to newer ones. So if you're new and you want comics from like the last 2 years, you can get those. Or 5 years, whatever. But if you want older stuff like me, I tend to, you know, have everything that I want that's come out in the last 10 years or so. So instead, they have a service where they can get older back issues and toss them in there instead. Now, one thing you can see, the label is kind of curled up, and there's a little chunk taken out of the bag here, but it doesn't seem to have gotten too far in there, so I'm not too worried. It looks like it's just kind of a scrape there, no big deal. But so this package, like I said, I've cut it open, but I haven't actually done anything else with it there. So there is that. And all right, so we've got a bundle here in between two pieces of cardboard to keep it safe. So good job on their part there. And we've got a letter here, Comic of the Month Club. Thank you for your subscription. We welcome any comments. This month's comic of the month is Guardians of the Galaxy #1 from 1990. Okay. We've included more sequential issues. We've got more great comics, including Star Wars books. We now have a referral program. So if I like this, then I'll throw out a referral there, and I can let you guys find it there. We'll begin shipping via media mail in March. Savings will allow us to get better packaging and better comic books. And then Comic of the Month Collectors and Comic of the Month Current, you'll be able to add one or both to your subscription. The Collector's version features one additional collectible issue. All right. So there you go. Comic of the Month Club. So like I said, I chose mine to skew more towards DC, which I like, and more towards older issues. So we'll see how this compares. So we've got some brown craft paper here, which seems to be what most people are using on these things. I guess because it's cheap and it adds a thin layer of protection. Oh, and to note, because I noticed, you know, that hole that was dug into it earlier, it went into the cardboard. So luckily there was that cardboard protecting it. Didn't actually touch the comics here. So pull off our paper. And I've opened the stack upside down. Before I flip it over, all of these are bagged and boarded, which is nice. I might replace some of these bags and boards. Some of them look like they've seen better days, obviously, but then so do a lot in my own collection. So, all right, let's flip it over. I'm going to flip it over this way so it's heads up for you guys. So first one, Tales of the Sinestro Corps, Parallax, #1. From November of 2007. Okay. The Fall of Kyle Rayner. Honestly, I don't know that I've read that, so that's cool. We got Ron Mars. The artist is Mellow. Not sure who that is, but all right. I'll check that out. Tales of the Sinestro Corps. That's cool. I like Green Lantern stuff. We have a Justice League of America wedding special. I did not read this when it came out. I didn't follow Justice League for a long time. Who's getting married? If you look at the cover, you would guess that it was Wonder Woman and Black Canary, and obviously that's not what's going on here. Wedding special. I wonder if this has anything in here real quick. I can find out who's getting married. I see Lex Luthor. I see Joker. What? We got some Green Lanterns. Yeah, I'm just trying to spoil it real quick and see the wedding special. I don't see. And it doesn't look like it ends on a good note, so this must have led into something. All right, well, that's still cool. That's another one from 07. Now, you can see this next one. This is awesome. This is the type of thing I'm looking for. This is really super cool. Fantastic Four, number 197, a 35-cent book. Now, this is cool. Now, obviously, if it's in a collector's pack like this that they're sending to you, it's not going to be like a really super expensive type book. I mean, we may look at it and say, ooh, 35 cents. It's obviously older, definitely an older back issue, but this isn't going to be like a $20 book that they're going to throw in here. But still, that's awesome. Like the fact that this is not another Wildstorm book like I kept getting in the other service. Let's see here. This is August 1978. That's what I'm talking about. Fantastic. That is, and I probably have not read this one. So I was born in 1976. So I was about 2 years old when this came out. So I did not read this one off the stands. But still, that's cool. And then look, right behind it, let me switch back to the other camera here. Right behind it, we have another Fantastic Four back issue. Fantastic Four 198. So we got 197 and 198 in the same package. That is awesome. That's not the type of thing that you usually see in these services. Having stuff in sequential order like that is so cool. That is, I'm already digging this. I'm loving this. All right. We got the Action Comics 687. This is part of the Return of Superman stuff. You can see the Born Again. I think this is the Eradicator. When he comes out, I have it, but whatever. It's still cool with all the other stuff in there. In fact, is this the one? Actually, is this the one with the poster in it? I'm trying not to look at the next book in the stack because it looks awesome, but I don't want to comment on that yet. Is this the one with the poster? Aha! This is. So even though I have it, I have this book, and in fact, I probably have the newsstand and collector's versions of this. This one did come with a poster, so I can hang this up in my gym locker, something like that. Like, hey, baby, check out my Superman poster. All right. So next up, this is so cool. Captain America 308. So another old issue, and that's funny because this era, this is Secret Wars 2 era. I actually bought a bunch of these last year at one of the comic conventions. I forget which one, probably Chicago Comic-Con. I found a whole bunch of Captain Americas from this random time period, although I know I don't have this one. I know for a fact I don't, because I think I stopped at 300 and then didn't see any more till 325. So I know I have a gap there, but that is cool. And then right underneath it, we have a 309. So again, awesome sequential 308, 309. You don't see that type of thing a lot in these collectors boxes. That is super cool. The New Titans number 5. Wow. Oh, annual. Okay. Annual number 5. Still though, look at that. That is cool. This is Marv Wolfman still writing. We've got some artwork from Tom Grummett. This is a really cool period for Titans. I know the best is the all-new Teen Titans, the Wolfman Perez era, but the fact that Wolfman is writing this one, and the Tom Grummett art. I'm going to look forward to reading that one. That's another one. I probably read this at some point, but it's not in my collection anymore. So I'm going to look forward to flipping through that one. And I love the old school Nightwing there on the cover. That's cool. And Action Comics 653. This is from the time period that in the 90s. I was probably in high school, I think, when this came out. I was buying all of the Superman comics every month. So that is cool. Still only 75 cents. 1990. There we go. 1990. So I got to say, really, the first month is only, I think, $15.99, and it's $19.99 every month after that. If you want the collector's one, I think it's like $22.99. But I got to say, man, looking at these books, especially getting these older ones, these older Captain Americas, these older Fantastic Fours, this is just really a great box. I mean, you can argue whether or not, some of these from the '07s are really worth that much. But to get these other ones in there are just fantastic. And even, some of these books that are not as big of a deal, that are 90s and the aughts, kind of overproduced era of comics, there's still some fun to them and reading to them. And they're not, as bad as some of the things I've seen in the other collectors, series. But to get these old back issues in there, that's great. That is great. So there you have it, guys. I got to say, compared to the other services that I've used, this one knocked it out of the park this month. There's a lot of stuff to be excited for in here. Comic of the Month Club. Again, I'm going to do it another month, and we'll just keep going until if I get super disappointed, maybe we'll call it a day on the service. But I got to say, this was good. In fact, I think they've already pulled the information for next month. I went ahead and rolled through for next month anyway. I usually give any service 2 months just to check it out and see how they compare month to month. So this is great. Comic of the Month Club. I got to say, guys, if you're looking for a great selection, the fact that you can pick your characters, you can skew them older or newer depending on what type of collector you are, is just a great way of personalizing the service. They're all bagged and boarded. They're all in good shape. Definitely, this has been a great thing. So thanks, guys, for watching this. Don't forget to go to popculturenetwork.com, or if you just want to see the comic-related stuff, you can go to ineedcomics.com. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. If you follow me there, you'll see my comic reviews of all the books coming out today. Well, not all the books, but probably 7 or 8 books that come out today. And then I'll throw them up on YouTube later. So if you're watching this on YouTube, look for that little video to be coming down the pipes in a little while. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.